Hey, what is going on YouTube? This is Rich from Revived Furniture. Today we got a 1972 stamped chest of drawers. I did pick this up kind of locally over there located in Tomball, Texas. It wasn't in too bad of shape. The back piece was missing to this. Here are my supplies. I got 2 zebra brushes, 2 basic brushes, and 1 Lowe's foam roller. And to tag along, I am using Beyond Paint All-in-One Pewter Gray. I believe on this paint it is no sanding, no priming, and no top coat. It is all in one. And with this paint, it is super thick. There's that first hit. And with this paint, a little less goes a long way. Here I have my Lowe's Premium Foam Rollers. And on the tip of every roller, I do add a little grease just to improve the rolling whenever you do use it for your painting. And here I am using my 2-inch zebra brush. This is my first time using it. And it is actually a very good brush. For $12, it is a little expensive, but it is well worth it. The thing that surprised me the most is it does not leave any brush strokes behind. Here I'm using my angled brush so that way I can get into the cracks, the edges, the crevices of the drawers. And with this being a older dresser, I am used to seeing a little more designs on this, but this one just has the natural edges and natural design to it. And just to add a little twist and modern, I am adding the gray pewter to it. And if you guys are wondering, I am reusing this brush again. I believe this will be my 14th time using it. If you guys want to know how to properly wash your brushes and get it to the quality as if you bought it, go ahead and check my other YouTube video on how to properly wash your brushes. And you can get the same results. You can save some money in the long run. If you ever encounter any furniture with design pieces, please take your time on it. Never rush this part, because whenever you will be done with it, you will see some missed spots. You got to make sure you get the cracks on the edges of all the designs. And for the hardware, I am using a paint and primer matte black finish. Sorry if it looks like so much, but this was my last can. I had to run to Home Depot to get a new one. But for this hardware, you got to make sure it's really clean and give it 2 to 3 coats, and you should be okay. Here, as you can see, my spray coat number 2 is spraying a lot better. And here I'm using my satin clear coat finish. And a big shout out to Mermaid Tails, who did comment on my last video. She told me about a spray clear coat. I was using the clear coat that you do rub on with the brush, and this spray one was a lot easier. So shout out to Mermaid Tails once again. Thank you for the tips and tricks. Anybody else who has more tips for me that I would possibly benefit from, please feel free to comment down below. Help me out in any sort of way. And also, I do have an Amazon wishlist link. If you guys do want to help out the channel in some sort of way, you guys can purchase anything for the channel. And once I do receive it, I'll make sure to give you guys a shout out. Or if you do purchase something, just comment down below, and I'll be sure to shout you guys out. I appreciate any of the help, tips and tricks, follows, subscribes, everything for this channel. I appreciate. As you can tell, I am hitting this second coat first with my edge brush. Got to make sure I hit the edges first, the cracks, before I use my 2-inch wide brush. And up next, I am using my favorite primer. It is a bin primer. You can find it at Home Depot. Here I did 2 coats. Make sure you sand in between. And to top it off, I am using my aged glazed chalk wood stain for the top. And here, to create the wood stain look, you do have to use a paper towel, or I use a paper towel. And on the paper towel, make sure you add a little bit of that stain. And as for the first coat, you are going to see it get a little white due to the primer. On the first coat, you always do take away too much. So just make sure you hit it again with the second coat. Here is the second coat wood stain. I'm repeating the process to get that finished look. There you go. You let that dry for about 8 hours. I usually leave it overnight. And then you hit it with this clear coat. I am using the same satin clear coat. It's up to you guys. Most people match their paint. So with my Beyond Paint is usually like a matte finish to it. So it does make sense to use a matte clear coat. But satin is all I have. And as you can tell in the back of the dresser, it does not have a back to it. That was the issue when I did purchase this. I knew I would have to replace them. You can find the pieces that you're looking for at Home Depot. I believe it's called panel board. It's like $5 each. Here, as you guys can see, there is a design to it. This one was a little tricky, but you got to make sure you go over the designs multiple times just to get the edges and cracks, because it will be noticeable if you do miss it. And I am so used to using my foam roller for these edges, but I am now convinced that the Zebra 2-inch brush does a better job. It leaves no brush strokes behind, and it covers the area pretty well, and you get a thicker coat compared to a roller. And I believe at this time it was the following morning from when I did the wood stain, so that way I was able to use a masking tape, a painter's masking tape. Make sure you use the blue one and not the beige one. The beige one tends to stick a little more, so when you rip it off, it's just going to rip off the stain with it. And everything that you do see in this channel was not gifted to me. I wish it was, but it wasn't. This was out of my own money and out of my own decision. So whenever I do use a paint, you do get a 100% honest opinion on it. I make sure to let you guys know what is premium and what is not. Whenever you do use it, I recommend it. It always leaves a great finish to it as well. It never leaves textured finish whenever you use a quality brush. And here is the finished result. I do leave it 2 to 3 days drying so that way I can move it easier. Here are the drawers looking beautiful with the hardware. And this video is coming to an end. I appreciate you guys looking at my video. If you guys do like the video, go ahead and leave a like, share it, subscribe to it for future videos. I appreciate you guys 100%.